Welcome back to CTV Morning Live, the weekend edition. If you're looking to get in touch with FoodThought, here are a few different ways. You can visit their website, they're on Twitter, email. We've pretty much given you every option out there. Joining us now is Alexa Spa. She is a culinary nutrition expert. Now, I'll say it again, and I said when we first met, you're gonna have to make a believer out of me. You know what? I shy away from greens. Do you feel like a lot of people are in the same boat?
Yeah, it's really hard. Like, you don't want to be just eating salads all the time. So luckily, the LGMA Association has come out with a website called www.safeleafygreens.com, where they give you so many fun and different recipes to use leafy greens in. So
okay, but why is it safeleafygreens.com?
Because the LGMA, it's the Leafy Greens Marketing Agreement, they came out with all these safety regulations just to make sure that the products that you're getting is clean and safe, and you don't have to worry about any contamination at all.
Okay, so not only do you need to worry or keep in mind where the greens are coming from, but once you get it home, there are certain preparation guidelines that you need to follow, right?
Yes, there's actually quite a few. So just make sure, like I mentioned before, don't let it touch any of the meat in your grocery cart. And when you get home, you want to make sure you refrigerate them within 2 hours.
Really?
So, yeah, just stick them in the fridge, or you can wash them and prepare them. That way I find you're going to eat them quicker, not just let them sit in your crisper.
Ooh, I'm so bad for that. Do you know why it's important? I wouldn't think that it was imperative that vegetables be refrigerated right away.
It's just because E. coli, unfortunately, can grow anywhere, and even with our vegetables, that can happen. So what you want to do is just wash them under cold running water. You can take it like this. Just wash it under cold running water. Make sure all the dirt and little particles get off, and don't use soap. Some people, I've heard it before, they try to use soap on their food. No, it's not a good idea.
So avoid soaping your leafy greens. Okay, so what are we making?
So we're gonna make some kale chips, and I'm gonna make you a believer, because kale chips, they're gonna get crispy and crunchy like real potato chips, but like half the calories, or like no calories at all. And you can add whatever flavoring, salt and vinegar, dill pickle, cheesy. We're making a Parmesan
now you're speaking
garlic
my language.
today.
Okay, can I help you?
Sure. So what we're gonna do is you just wanna break off your kale, and all you have to do is rip it up the stem, and then make little bite-sized pieces out of it. Good try.
I'll get it.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
And then we're just gonna,
excuse my reach.
no problem.
Okay.
So we'll just make a couple bite-sized pieces. It does shrink in the oven a bit, so don't make them too tiny, or else they'll disintegrate in your mouth.
Baked kale flakes instead of chips.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So we'll just get a couple more in there to show you.
I'll do a stock.
Sure, and while you're doing that, I'll just mix together the sauce. So it's just some extra virgin olive oil, because since we're baking it quickly, it's not going to get on that high heat and be bad for us.
Okay.
You have to be careful with oils and that. Some yummy fresh Parmesan cheese. Everyone loves cheesy chips, I'm sure. Some red pepper flakes to get things spicy. And some yummy garlic. Garlic is super good for you. Just add it into anything you're eating. Don't worry about the breath.
I like garlic breath. I think I'm the only woman in the world who is actually who is drawn to someone who has garlic breath. And I really like the technique that you showed me with the pulling the, okay, now I can't do it, off the stalk. Okay, just get out of here.
Okay, so we'll
can't perform under pressure.
We'll put the sauce in, and even if you're not making kale chips, if you're using any sort of olive oil or lemon, you can actually just squeeze it, and it actually marinates and almost cooks the kale.
Oh.
Yeah, so it makes it soft and tender, because kale can be a bit crunchy and bitter to start with.
Can you eat kale just raw off the stalk?
Yeah, you can.
What does it taste like?
I
can eat it?
It tastes like kale. That's what I'd say.
Okay.
Which is delicious. And you can throw kale into smoothies, juices, which we're going to be doing next.
It tastes like broccoli.
Yeah, I can see that. It is a cruciferous vegetable, so I guess they are related. Cruciferous.
Okay.
You know those little tiny tree-looking vegetables?
Right, because it does kind of look like a leafier version of broccoli.
Yes. So we are just going to put it in a baking pan, and you're just gonna bake it at 350 degrees for 8 to 12 minutes, just so it gets nice and crisp. You don't want it to go brown at all. So when you see it going a little brown, take it out. Yeah, so it'll get nice and crispy.
Okay, so I'll let you put in and I'll take out.
Sure, perfect.
It's not too hot, I can touch it. And here they are,
Yes.
baked kale chips.
So see how beautiful and crispy these are? We'll put them in a nice serving bowl.
Here I am just eating it right off the cliff.
So you can eat these watching a movie. And it's crazy to think that this is a whole head of kale. So it's a great way to sneak in your vegetables.
Does it ever shrink? Alexa, you have almost made me a believer. And you're joining us later in the show, right? So I'll have another chance to warm up
Next segment,
too.
you'll be a believer.
Have you heard of the store Red Velvet?
Yeah.
In downtown? Have you been there before?
Yep.
Okay, I had never been introduced to this store, but they came and visited us here in the CTV Morning Live studio earlier this week. So let's take a look at some of the fashion they brought to see us.